The Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, has set up a parallel collation center to facilitate the flow of information to public on election day. The center is expected to receive and process data on real-time events from over 4,000 election observers who will be deployed across the country. This, according to CODEO, is to ease tensions on election day and increase the acceptability of results on election day. Meanwhile, acting CODEO chair Sheikh Arumayal Shaibu believes the declaration of election day as holiday and the potential huge numbers at polling stations may lead to violence. There's more in the following report.
So there you have Daniel, one of the officers here at the NEF Center, or if you like, the National Information Center of the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO. Well, this room will be the center where data will be collected from over 4,000 election observers who will be scattered across the country on election day, bringing information, real-time information from the ground. Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante is the coordinator of the center.
It's a nerve center for our observers to send in their data, their text messaging data, which we'll process and be able to share with the public in terms of how the elections are going. There are about 5 different events, we call them 5 events, that we'll be tracking. So right from the beginning, our observers are supposed to be there at 6 a.m. We want them to be able to be there and be able to report that they are there and they've been allowed to observe, so that at least we know that observers are in there. And then to observe the setup that the Electoral Commission is going to prepare for the voting process to start. So between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., by 7:30.
As this goes on, Sheikh Arumayal Shaibu, who is the acting chair of CODEO, calls for security to be on high alert, especially as election day is declared a holiday. He believes the potential huge numbers to be at home should be a cue to the security agencies.
Election day has been declared as holidays. I think that we want to advise the security agencies to be more on the alert, because what it means is that almost everybody is at home, and polling stations may be crowded, and over-enthusiastic party loyalists may engage in some activity. And so this should trigger some strategic approach to the election security monitoring and how they execute their work. It helps people to stay at their work post. The polling station may not be too congested, and people may not have time to come and stay there again, except those who are not working. But majority of those who are working will have to go back to their workplaces and so on. So then that reduces the number that accumulates around the place. But now that is a holiday, what it means is that almost everybody will be free, and we anticipate that that crowding around could be misused by some people, and you know what, once election comes with enthusiasm, and I think that we should not underestimate this. The security agencies, I'm sure, having their intelligence, will be able to really handle matters when it comes there.
On his part, Director of Electoral Services at the EC, Dr. Serebo Kweku, said this will put the EC on its toes to deliver a credible election.
So we believe that CODEO taking this step of helping to throw light on our activities will be good. So that whatever we are doing, we can look back and say that somebody is watching us. We know we are going to recruit approximately 240,000 temporary staff for this exercise. We are operating 38,622 polling stations. So we know that it will not be easy for any observer to cover all the centers. But it is our request that the observers will not be concentrating in the urban areas. They should spread themselves to cover as many centers as they can, because their presence also adds to the fairness and the freeness of an election.